Hello, 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 all my beautiful, amazing, fantastic machine heads. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to episode 2 on the Own the Map challenge on the Cybuchowo map for Farming Simulator 25. My name is Fury Machine Gaming, and welcome, welcome, welcome back. Hope you guys doing great. Hope you guys doing awesome. And I hope you guys doing fantastic, because I am as usual. So where we left off is we have to finish harvesting our few fields of corn. This episode, we went ahead and we got these first 2 fields done last time. As you can see, they're not very big fields. I had to watch a few reviews on the map to learn how to pronounce it. So it is actually pronounced Cybuchowo. That's the name of the map. So if I'm pronouncing it wrong, please, if you are the map author, please let me know and put a pronunciation in my comment section so I can get it correct. Until then, I'm going to call it that. So without further ado, let's get going. So we're going to try to go the minimum of 30 minutes on this episode. And if we have to go a little bit longer, we have to go a little bit longer. But we're going to harvest some more this episode, but not like you think. We're going to harvest these 2 fields here, and then we have one more field straight across, and that's it. And then we can start doing some stuff. So let's turn this on. Actually, you know what? Let's we want to do this. There we go. I've learned how to do this, boys and girls. There we go. There. All right, so we are back. We are harvesting more corn, but we should be off of it pretty much by the end of this episode, and then that's good. So it's only a couple episodes of harvesting corn, and then we have to think about what we want to plant next. I have considered taking one of the cow pens out, or both of them, and possibly I want to keep one of them. I was thinking about adding some chickens, but we do have some flat fields around us that we can add a nice chicken pen down the road. But one simple rule on this map, and that's to own the whole map. Now, the underlying rules, for those of you who missed episode 1, there is no ditch here, right? So we should be able to just get this up. We have to use under 200 horsepower and nothing bigger than 6 meters. That's it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to turn around in the road, even though I don't see any cars coming that way. And let's see here. We don't have any cars coming that way. So let's do a nice little U-turn here in the road. Now, there was somebody that asked me in the comments for last episode about the name of the mod that I'm using that raises and lowers the head. It is the tool implement. It's something with tool implement, but it's in beta form. And I can't release a link to it because it's in beta form. So once they release it to the public, then we can get you some links. But right now, I got it from a friend of mine that is a fellow content creator, and he gave it to me. So when we do that, when we exchange mods between content creators, we don't release links. So and I don't generally release links anyways because of all the mods that have been stolen and things like that, so on and so forth. You guys know how it works. I've explained it many times to you guys, so hopefully you guys understand by now. So we are going to get a really good yield off this field. Let this stop, and then we can get ourselves into the grass field here. Now, what I'm really enjoying is the fields are extremely small. So we can, like we said last episode, and even when I gave a tour and everything, we still got 2 fields harvested. So we're going to go ahead and plant them all at the same time, and so that our harvests come do at the same time. And then what we can do is we can do some contracts, but we also have some fields to mow and things like that. Remember, we're only playing 1-day months, so once we're done with it, the month, then we go on to the next one. So grass will grow quickly. We can also do contracts. We can also do things like that. The sky's the limit with the money that we make, except for we're not allowed to cheat any money in like a loan or anything like that. We must purchase fields from the money that we make from our farm, whether it's crop sales, whether it's milk sales, so on and so forth. I'm also going to change the rules, even though those pens hold 150. I'm going to very much only keep it to like 50 cows. I think I only want 100 on this map. So either that or we drop one of the pens and only have 150 cows total. That's it. Now, the traffic comes whipping through here pretty quick. I do know that for a fact, because there was a car that came through just a few minutes ago that almost hit us. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. So when we sell this corn, we've got an option. We can either buy our first cows, or we can purchase another field. I don't know. But we have 193 fields on this map, and then we only own 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We own 7. So we got a lot to buy. And some of them are pretty pricey, like 50,000, 60,000. So it's be exciting. We only have 0 money. So it's pretty exciting. So we're going to run the time clock at 3x speed, and we're going to keep it that way. And when we're done with our jobs, we'll just fast forward to the next day, and that's how we'll do it. We're almost going to be a full grain tank. Pretty cool. I like how you get to the end of the field with this mod, and it just raises it automatically. I love it. This should be full after this run. Like, I can set my vehicle control, hit the thing, and it lowers automatically. It's absolutely epic. And then this field's done. 7 minutes, and we got the first field done already. And we're going to get that field, and we're going to go over and harvest that field, and then we're going to start baling some straw. So, it'll be interesting. Like I said, this is called the Real Series as well. We're not going to do everything realistically like what we would do ultra realistic, but we're going to do it real in the sense of we're going to get the bales off the field ourselves. We're going to stack them on a trailer ourselves if we have to. We're going to do all that stuff. We're going to do everything by hand. This is basically one person running farms, which is pretty cool. So we should be at the end right here. This should be 67 because it only holds 7,000. So right there. Back this up. Let her finish draining the straw out. Oh, so like here, we have to go get the straw ourselves, or the trailer ourselves. And because we have the real damage mod on, we're going to let that run up a little bit. Let it idle up to temperature. So yeah, we've got a couple decisions. We may, if we do, I think I want to get rid of, the only reason I picked this pen is because manure spawns in there, because I did not want to buy a new manure pit, but that doesn't mean we can't get rid of this and put a smaller cow pen in here, which we may do. So what we're going to do, I think, if we decide to do that, we decide to get rid of these pens, both of them, and put one in. We will kind of go out of character a little bit and go put the money back at what it was when we started, which is 0. I think what I may do is, if you look at construction, let's look at animals here. Is there one that comes with it that only holds like 40 or 50? I think the one that comes on the map, 2,000. We don't want that. 1,000. We definitely don't want that because it's not on this one. 500. 350. That's the bigger mod. No, we don't want that. 96. Oh. I think that one holds 50, but that's a regular mod. So apparently if you sell the cow pen, you cannot repurchase it. So I don't want 300 cows on this map. So we'll take a look in the mod hub, I think, and I think we'll try to find one that's like, this one's 50, but I think this is like a standard cow pen, right? Yeah, it's like a standard. Yeah, okay. I'll look on the mod hub and see what we can come up with for that. Or we'll just, I think we might just keep maybe 25 in here and 25 in the other one. We could do that too, so we don't have to look for another mod. And then if we do have calves, we'll just sell them outright and put the money. I don't know. I'm going to look into it and see, because I think for a smaller farm like this, we wouldn't want 300 cows. When I first started it, it was kind of neat. I was like, okay, we can probably handle 300 cows, but that's my big farming coming through, and I don't want to do that. I want to run this like a legitimately smaller farm. 6 meters or less, this little trailer, these tractors, nothing more than 200 horsepower. That's what we want to do. We don't want to go crazy. So I think I will get those 2 pens out of there, and let me look on the mod hub, and we'll change it out to something that maybe holds 50 total, so that when we buy them, we can just buy them outright. Now this is our 14,000, or this will make 14,000 liters. And we'll probably get off the next field, we'll probably get another at least 14,000, and we'll probably get another 14 or 15,000 off it. And then I think what I want to do is maybe sell a load every day. I don't know. We'll work on that. I definitely want to look into the cow pens, though. I definitely do, without a shadow of a doubt. There's that. And the reason I like these tractors is they don't go fast. This one goes 26, but for the most part, the Fiats don't go very fast. Because this map, when it comes, originally started right here where this cow pen was, there was one that held 45, and I should have kept it, because that's what we should have done. So, yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And we'll just get rid of one, and we'll keep one cow pen in here and put it like right there, I think. One that holds possibly like 45, like 40, 45, something a little smaller. Dairy department here. Dairy department. Like I'm in a grocery store. There we go. Nice if I turned it on, wouldn't it? There we go. We'll get one more pass, and then we'll go right into the next field and keep going. I like how this, at least our farm here, we can actually see the traffic coming from a mile away. Like a far enough away, where I can actually get them out. Might be turning it off soon. I don't know. But then again, I'm trying to work with it, guys. I'm trying to work with the ability to use the traffic. Look at that. Took us right to the next field. That's pretty cool. Now, this would not work, because in real life you wouldn't be harvesting with the grass in the middle there. If it was regular grass, you could probably get away with it because it wouldn't pick it up too much, but you'd be running a little small pass over there and then come into that field. But that's pretty cool that the GPS is lined up. It's pretty neat. Yeah, I think off this field, because I think this one's 2 acres, we're probably going to get maybe 14 or 21,000. Now remember, our silo only holds 200. And that's the other reason I want to change those cow pens out. Because I got thinking about it, that our silo only holds 200,000. Our house is small. Everything's kind of small. Our sheds are small. Why do we have 300 cows on this map? It wouldn't, or on this farm, it wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work. It's not big enough. So we're going to downgrade. I'm going to find a nice pen that's small, that holds 50 or less. And then we'll go from there, and that's what we want to do, because we're going to be stacking bale soon, and we want to be able to just do it the right way. We still got to buy a mixing wagon. We have not purchased that yet, so. But if we only have 40 cows, we can get away with a small one. You know what I mean? So I think right now one of our fields, I keep spinning, sorry. That field over there would be silage. This field over here, well, we'll do the silage bales first over here. And that way they start fermenting, and then we'll do the other one hay. That way we can have a little bit of both, and the straw bales are going to go in Because we may redirect the farm. We may just rebuild it. We may just take that one out, put one pen in here for 50, and we don't need the second level of sheds over here. See what I mean? Because we have a place for everything, and then where that manure storage is, we can put our manure pit. And then where the other cow pen was, we can put a longer shed there. That's why I like the ability of playing series that, you know, that's why I like to build your own, and we built this farm. So we have to understand that. Whoa. So yeah, we built this entire farm from scratch. You could sell everything. The only thing is you can't rebuy the cow pen. That's it. That's the only thing that's terrible about it. But that's okay. You know, we're not going to start over or anything like that. We'll just fix it. I'll look on the little mod hub and get it, because I do like the running clock a little bit, and I do like the fact that at 3x speed it's not super fast. It still gives you time to do stuff, but it is slow enough to where you can it's slow enough you can get stuff done, but it's fast enough where it's going at a decent clip. But it's not so fast like 5x or 6x speed where you have to play multiple days to make it seem right. This is a 4-hour game day, which is pretty cool. Now in the winter time, like we always do in the winter time, when it gets to be October, November, and the days get shorter, December, we're only going to be playing from like 8 to 4, and that's it, you know. So it'll be only like an 8-hour day. I wonder why they picked the header up so late on that one. Oh, sorry, as I'm yawning. So it's a little bit late. It's, recording this on Friday night for Monday's episode. And I'm getting, it's about 12:17 at night. So sorry about that. I'll work on that a little bit. I usually take a some sort of a nap when I know I have to record late, which is pretty much every night, just so that I'm awake and ready to go. But I'm still having fun. But it's been a long Friday. Long Friday on the farm as usual. You know, I'm always busy doing something. And we had our tedder broke 2 tines on it, so it took me about 4.5 hours to fix one of the tines that was broken. 2 of them actually. And then because when we went to buy the new ones, they didn't have any new tines, ones that would fit it, so we had to find something off one of our old tedders that we could put on it, and it was just a long day. But yeah, it's okay. We're almost there. Might cut it off at the 30-minute mark. We'll see how far we get with the harvest. Ooh. I have to keep looking for traffic because it does come out of nowhere. Get up in the crop here. Boy, that's not very wide spot. I should have done a headland. But it's working. Okay. Hey, did you guys see that? The traffic actually stopped on this map. He stopped and waited for me. That's pretty cool. It's nice to see the fields harvested. You know, listen, I really enjoyed the Judith, Montana map. It felt real. It felt right. Everything felt good about it, but the fields were just too big. I've grown away from that, and if you look at my Wilderness Wildlands series, every field is super small. It's like maybe 4 or 5 acres, and that's just the style I really enjoy. I really enjoy this smaller farming with smaller equipment. Your options, and you can go, you know, when you're using smaller equipment, you can have multiple options to play the way you want. Like, for example, let me turn this mic down because it is a crack on just a little bit. I turn it up, like I told you guys before. I turn it up so that when you guys play the video, you don't have to adjust my voice volume. You could turn it down, and that's about all the options you're going to get. Because I want it loud enough to begin with. I don't want it to sound like I'm screaming, but I want you to not have to turn it down much. Just listen away. And so many of you guys are listening while you're at work or listening while you're doing things. I just kind of want it like a podcast where it's that. But so sometimes my mic is too loud, it picks it up. But anyways, getting back to my little story, that when you pick smaller fields and you pick smaller equipment, you have way many more options to choose, as far as you can go a super modern farm and you can go a super old farm, because generally speaking, the older equipment is smaller stuff. It's smaller headers, it's smaller equipment, it's a lot less horsepower. But you can also go modern, and the fields on this are small, as you can see, small, but you could go a 300 or 400 horsepower tractor and be absolutely fine with it. So we'll wait for this tractor here. But as you can see, we have, well, if we played in 30 minutes today, which we're going to, and then we played 30, so within 1 hour we got all our fields harvested. Well, pretty close. Well, we've still got one field after this one to harvest. But that's not bad. I mean, the last Judith, Montana, we were on it for 4 hours and still harvesting. So it's just one of those things. Does it work? Yeah, you could play the game, and I would have been very happy with it. But I could see the level of interest falling off of it, because, you know, like this right here, like if I go this harvest, that's it off, and if we don't get it off done by the time we get to that field right squared ahead, I will harvest that off camera, and that way 2 episodes of harvesting is it. You know, that's what you get. Now this is the biggest header we have, so this is how long it's going to take us, except for if we change it, because we don't want to go wheat, because wheat and corn are from the same family. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. They're all from the grass family, and they're from the cereal factory. So they would carry, in real life, they would carry the same diseases, they would carry all the same things. So when you're doing your crop rotation, you want to go a cereal crop and then a legume. So we're probably going to have to plant either sunflowers or soybeans next. I don't think you get straw with the additional straw settings from sunflower. I'll have to research it. But if we don't, we're going to have to go soybeans. See what I mean? Because that way you're going to legume, which is a bean family. Okay, so, you know, that incorporates your... Basically, soybeans is it, because canola is considered a cereal crop because it's grown the same way. It's harvested. Any of the ones you use the same header for are considered a cereal crop, like your wheat, your barley, your oats, your canola. Even though soybeans, you got to use the other header for it. It's a legume. It's different. So when you're doing crop rotation, you wanna try not to plant 2 of the same crops. Ooh, we're full already. That's awesome. I wasn't even paying attention, everybody. We can kind of run like a little bit. And then again, I mean, if you think about it, these fields here would be very easy to combine together, and then you have one large field. It would still only be about 2 acres, but it's the point. You know, I want to keep them separate. I want to run with the smaller fields, and, you know, this tractor really sounds good. There we go. This makes 21,000 liters off of our harvest so far. And what does corn sell for right now? Corn sells for $311, so that's not bad. So if we get 100,000, that's $3,000 you'll make. No, 30,000. Yeah, something like that. I go back and I watch these videos and I laugh because the sometimes my math is all wonky. Oh, I love the little sounds of the trailer and the little things. We didn't have too much of that in FS22, that's for sure. I go back and I'm watching Russell play some of FS22, and as much as it's beautiful and the maps were great, some of the things that have happened in FS25, like the sounds of the gravel and the sounds of the trailer bouncing and things like that, you didn't have that too much in FS22. 21,000 liters so far. That's not bad. It's not bad. We're going to get I'd say at least another 7,000 and probably another 14,000 off the other one. So, you know, we're going to be close to 100,000 when we're done. Well, maybe not. She's just a beautiful looking mod. I know it's Russell's favorite tractor. Yeah. You guys get a chance, make sure you check out Russell over on YouTube. It's great. Russell Whitlock. Make sure you're checking out AK. Those guys are amazing. Empty Pockets and Van Ham Gaming and so on and so forth. And Big A. Big A is over on Twitch exclusively now. Those guys, anybody who I watch, yeah, you guys feel free to watch them too. Don't want to take the sign out. Nice. So there is traffic, but it is a lot. It is spaced enough to where I can actually turn the combine around in the road, which is, that's all I ask for. You know, if you guys are, I don't know that much about the traffic splines. I do know how to mod and things like that. I do know how to build a map. I know all that stuff, but traffic splines, that always has confused me. But for those of you who do maps and know how to do the traffic splines and stuff, if there's a way to keep the traffic a lot lighter, just keep the traffic on here, because it gives it life. But make it a little bit lighter. Like this one here is perfect. Like it has traffic on it, but it's enough to where I can at least turn the combine around on the road without having to wait 20 minutes for traffic to go by. The other thing that, the reason it would work well with many Fs25 maps, a lot of them are country maps. Like you're harvesting in the middle of the country. You're not going to see like a river bend. You know, you're harvesting in a basically a rural area. You're not going to see a lot of trucks and things like that. You're not even going to see many buses. Like in my area, I live so far out of the middle of nowhere that I don't even see school buses half the time. I don't see much traffic. I run up and down our road with the tractor, and I don't never see nobody usually, and unless it's the mailman or the pizza delivery guy. That's about all I ever see up here. You know, I can always tell what wife wants for dinner when she orders pizza and has it delivered. It's pretty cool. But I highly recommend that you guys at least try and Own the Map challenge and play it a little bit more on the realistic side, because it does lend you, like a smaller map like this with smaller fields and things like that, it does lend you, like I said earlier, to different kinds of play style, but it doesn't take you 2 hours. Now, for those of you who like really large maps, there is a plethora of those. So there is a plethora, like the Michigan alone map is huge. The Judith, Montana map is huge. Are you guys going to come this way, or are you going to turn? Good. I think the traffic splines on this one, the guy stopped for me once, so that's a good thing. But I highly recommend you guys to try this style of gameplay. You know, owning the whole map is crazy undertaking with its 193 fields, but you know, look at, we're going to be on just about 28,000. You know, just in the first 4 fields. So, all right, so we're wrapping up towards the end of this. So, on that note, please, please, please look out for yourselves, look out for each other, and most importantly, look out for each other's families. Be sure to like and subscribe and share. Hit the little notification ding bells to get notified when Fury drops a video. Be sure to enjoy the night, the day, the weekend, whenever you're watching this. And remember, I love you all, and I will catch you guys right back here tomorrow with the Wilderness Wildlands. I'm all set up for that one to go to another episode. And yeah, we're going to continue finishing. Now that we've done 2 episodes, I'm going to finish that harvest and finish the one over there. And when we come back the following day, we'll be on to something new. And that way we can have, I'll try to keep the harvest to 2 days a week, or any projects that we do, like if we're mowing or whatever. I don't want any more than 2 episodes of mowing and things, and so on and so forth. And I'll judge that accordingly. So off camera, like I said, we're going to finish harvesting this. We're going to finish harvesting this field right over here. This is ours, but that won't take us long because that's it. Right there's the end of it. So, and then that'll be done. And then when we come back with you guys for this map, we will then start baling some straw. And then we'll bale all of our straw all the way across for every one of our fields. And then when we're done baling the straw, we'll get it off we'll do it in increments. And then we seed and plant, we'll do it all in order. I will, once again, off camera, look, I want to try to find a pen with only 50 cows in it. That's it. Let's do a real small farm. Let's do it that way. We only have 6-meter equipment. So on that note, guys, get out of here, and I'll catch you guys right back here tomorrow with another episode of Wilderness Wildlands. We're really approaching the end of that. A little update on that series. We have finished all of our sugar cane, and now I'm in the process of planting poplar in all of the fields. Now, once we get done, once the harvest comes due, we're going to harvest a field, and then we're going to paint over it in grass so that it's done. We're going to delete the fields and be finished up with it, and then we're just clearing trees at that point. So a little ways to go, but my goal on that one is about 5 more episodes, and then we will be back on to back country. So I'm excited about that, and I can't wait for that with the new fog mod. It's great. So highly recommend you guys download the fog control mod. It really makes your life easy, because as you can see, we can record it anytime. All right, guys, get out of here, and I love you all, and I will catch you guys tomorrow.